are doing these problems now. Okay, first we'll go with the blank one like this thing. So see this question. First, we used to derive acceleration and tension for each and every pulley. అంటే మనకి different types of pulleys ఉంటాయి. So ఈ different types of pulleys లో how we are how we are finding a tension and how we are finding a acceleration. This is the most important thing for us. So now just see, it is a simple pulley like what you are discussing now. And this we call it as a mass M1 and this we call it as M2. So M1 is greater than M2. So ఎప్పుడు కానీ కేసెస్ తీసుకోనండి. M1 అనేది మనకి greater than M2 ఉందా, or else M2 is less than M1, or anything about like this, or else M1 is less than M2. సో ఏ దానికి కానీ మనం టూ పర్టికులర్ కేసెస్ మనం కంపల్సరీ కన్సిడరేషన్ లో తీసుకోవాలి. ఓకేనా? సో నౌ the weight which we call it as a force which is acting downward direction in a vertical direction, and we call it as M1 into G, and in opposite to the direction of force there is a tension force in the string, we call it as T, and same tension will be acting here and the force is acting vertically downward now with the M2 into G. So you need to find out the net force. So according to the second law of Newton's laws of motion, what we are having a net force, F net is directly
Mass
proportional to rate of change of momentum with respect to rate of change of time. So if we call like a F net, after deriving it, we can take it as M into A, mass into acceleration. So here in this particular case, you need to resolve the nets M1 and M2. So we call it as a free body diagrams. Yeah. So now we have to draw the free body diagram for M1 and we have to draw the free body diagram for M2. So if you are considering M1, so for such case, I'm like taking like M1 is greater than M2. So if you are considering mass M1 is greater than mass M2, so how would be the acceleration of these masses now?
downwards.
Downwards, like M1 will go downward and M2 will go upward. So here M1G must be greater than T. M1G must be greater than T. So here we can see the free body diagram. So here the force which is acting downward direction M1G, and in opposite to the direction of this force there is a tension now. So when we are writing a net force on this now, along with the vertical component F net, along with the vertical component, that will be equal to M1G minus T, because as M1G is greater than T, I'm writing as M1G minus T. If my tension is greater than M1G, then I should write T minus M1G. There is a much difference between this.
Okay.
So F net. So what we according to the second law of motion, what we are having, net force is equals to mass into acceleration. So the net force along with the vertical component, we are having mg minus t. M1g minus t is equals to, what is your mass now? M1
1.
into A. So here the consideration is the speed, the acceleration of M1 will be equal to the acceleration of M2. అంటే మనకి M1 అనేది ఎంతైతే యాక్సిలరేషన్ తోని డౌన్వర్డ్ డైరెక్షన్ లో మూవ్ అవుతుందో, M2 అనేది సేమ్ యాక్సిలరేషన్ తో అప్వర్డ్ డైరెక్షన్ లో మూవ్ అవుతుంది. Okay. So here, if you are considering, this might be a equation 1 now. We have to consider another equation. So how could you draw? We have to draw the free body diagram for M2 now. So what is the free body diagram now for M2?
Mm,
This will be T and this will be M2G. So what is a free body diagram? So here
yeah,
T is greater than M2G. So Nandakishore, yeah, taking a wrong consideration, I have observed in your before classes. ఈ considerations wrong తీసుకుంటున్నాం కొన్నిసార్లు.
yeah. అది టీ లెస్
సో
దెన్
మేక్ ష్యూర్
తీసుకుంటాం.
దట్ ఇక్కడ మనకి టీ అనేది మనకి M2G కి గ్రేటర్ దాన్ గా ఉంటది. సో దెన్ వాట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు టేక్ నౌ ఎఫ్ నెట్ ఫోర్స్ ఏమవుతుంది మనకి అలాంగ్ విత్ ద వర్టికల్ కాంపోనెంట్ దట్ మస్ట్ బి
టీ
ఈక్వల్ టు
మైనస్
టీ
T
మైనస్
minus M2G.
M2G. Yeah. So here net force is equals to along with the vertical component for mass 2 that will be equal to M2A. So net force along with the vertical component that we are taking T minus M2G is equals to M2A. So this will be your equation 2 and this will be your equation 1. So by solving equation 1 and 2, what you are getting now? M1G minus T is equals to M1A, and here T minus M2G equal to M2A. So by solving this equation 1 and equation 2, minus T and plus T will be cancelled now. So M1G minus M2G is equals to what we are having? M1 plus M2 into A. That's right. So here acceleration will be equal to M1 minus M2 is multiplied by G by M1 plus M2. So this is your acceleration formula for a simple pulley diagrams which we are having a two mass. So how to find out the tension now? We are already done with the acceleration. How to find out the tension now?
సబ్స్టిట్యూట్.
Substitute. So just substitute acceleration T is equals to in equation 2. I'm taking as a equation 2 now. M2A plus M2G. So T is equals to in place of A M2 into M1 minus M2 into G by M1 plus M2 plus M2G. So after solving this, what you are getting now? T is equals
2
to M1 M2 G minus M2 square G plus M2 square G plus M1 M2G by M1 plus M2. So T is equals to minus M square G plus M2 square G will be cancelled now. So after that, what we are getting 2 M1 M2G by M1 plus M2. So this will be your tension.
సార్.
Is I'm correct?
కరెక్ట్ సార్.
Yeah. Please make a note of it now. Please make a note of it. We'll work on the problems now. Just make it fast.